Hello, and welcome back to PK's Rebalancing Model Showcase. I took the liberty of repairing my goodies, and in the meantime I drove over to a slightly safer location. As you can see, I did also do some modifications. Put some Kevlar, and I put some leather on most of my goodies, and look at the difference in defense. And since I have to wear these things for a long time and they have pretty good coverage, I also strengthened these splints. One is Kevlar, one is leather. But as you can see, I'm in front of a turret. The reason I'm in front of the turret is because I want the protection. They might make noise when they shoot things, but they also shoot things. So, it's doing pretty good. Well, what I would like to do is check out this warm disc now that I'm healthy enough to probably survive. I don't think it'll be something like a big fireball that I'm the center of, but if it is, well, that's dementia. Dementias are part of the cult, and I'm sure most of you knew that, or if you didn't, then that's fine too. But I gave them the ability to spawn in a radius around their structures. There are two structures that spawn cult monsters. One is the standing stones, which I have seen maybe one dime organically, not looking for it. And the other is that strange cabin in the woods, both of which you cannot find on your map. You have to actually see them to know where they are. So, but what I'm going to probably do is find a safer place to test it out. Because that dog, I don't know what he's gonna do, and I don't want to mess with that, and it's much safer when you're alone when you try these things out. Now, here I'm just showing off that you can run over zombies pretty easily. And there's 4 soldiers. I mean, my other option is like use a Molotov on them, but if they drop ammo, I want that ammo. They have good ammo. The gas station itself, not useful to me, because if you look, the vending machines are broken, and this is a Humvee that uses diesel. But I think I'm going to actually cut it in a second. But first, let's see what this character wants. I don't think I'm going to drop my stuff. Go fuck off. Okay, I'll tell you what though. We'll put it on the ground. What are you doing? Oh, hey, do you want to come with me? You could keep me safe. Yeah! See? Who says people don't have sympathy in a post-apocalyptic world? As far as what I set him to, I'm telling him to attack things that are close, and I'm going to tell him that he can pick up items, but quickly realize the folly of my ways as he keeps picking up the items in my truck. And I'm going to tell him that he cannot bash obstacles, because I've seen NPCs bash through a car in order to sit in a seat. It's ridiculous. And I will also tell him that he should not bash corpses, and he can close doors. So I think we cut just about here, and we'll bring it back when I've dealt with the inventory management bug. Okay, we're back, and I am playing. What I did is I gave him some basic armor. I smashed up the zombies there, and I tested out the foobar. I didn't show you guys. It actually shoots a fireball. Like anywhere I can see, anywhere within my reality bubble, I can shoot a fireball from the sky. It's only a small fire. That's more than enough to A, scare things, and B, kill things. So I'm okay with this. It does seem to make me hungry and cause weakness. So I will decay slowly over time when I'm holding this, and I will become hungry when I'm holding it. Therefore, I don't think I'm just going to carry it on me for no reason, but as you can see, there's a little fire pit there. I actually burned a dog to death. I don't know if I butchered his corpse or something though. So, that done, we're going to continue explorifying. I did not give him a weapon, But this character is a rifle user, if I'm not mistaken, or an SMG user. Almost no melee skill, plenty of guns. But I did not give him any because he complained that he liked his own weapon better. I think he's actually only using his fists. Did not want my rebar sharpened metal rod. Wasn't going to give him my gun, my Defender. That's my shotgun. It's the only one I have ammo for. I have the AR, but I have, what, 18 rounds left, plus the 5 that's in the Defender. Not worth it. So, as you can see, we are coming up to Ant territory. We don't necessarily want to get away from our city, but this looks like it actually goes to a city. So whether it's our city or a different one, I could probably get over to the one I want soon and quick enough. The ants are fairly easy to avoid, so not a big deal. One thing I'm going to try to do is detox. So since I do have a buddy with me, I'm going to try a little harder to get rid of the alcohol since I don't have that much to begin with. I'm not sure if I leave this in. This is just me dinking around with this power station. Since I have no legs and I'm withdrawing, I'm really not in a very good position to fight. But I do have this buddy with me. I think we're going to give him a wood axe, since it is a hefty weapon. Even an unskilled guy can make a pretty good use of a wood axe as long as we're not fighting anything crazy. And I have a shotgun, which can deal with crazy. So it's not a bad proposition. A crippled man with a shotgun and a unskilled guy with a wood axe. Pretty good idea. So he's going to have to deal with them though, because they will actually yank the spear out of my hands if I let them. This wolf, however, he's going to have to get shot in the eyeball. Except I don't have the gun on me because they yanked it out of my damn hands. Maybe he'll take care of it for me. Now remember what I've told you before. I don't know if I said it in this one or the other one. Enemies will prioritize the player over any other target if all other conditions are equal. So if you are ever an equal threat to like a tank drone, he's going to shoot you over whatever was equal. If you are close as an NPC, they're going to target you over that NPC. So we want to make sure to like use a spear or something if you're in my condition. Therefore you can still contribute without being closer. Unfortunately, I also cannot climb this fence, and I'm probably not going to be able to smash it. I thought about telling him to bash it down, but, you know, they're unpredictable with that stuff in the best of times, so. There is a bear in there, I think. Something is in there killing the shocker. Not a big deal. Here I try to tell him he can bash obstacles, I think. This NPC does not trust me because I told him I wasn't going to drop my weapon the first time. Well, if I had, he was probably going to tell me that he was a dickhead and that I should go away or something. I don't know. So we're just doing some light raiding. These power substations aren't fantastic places to go, but as you can see, this one actually spawned with a random loot drop in it. And they do often have batteries, or at least basic equipment, like even filter masks on occasion, heavy-duty flashlights, radios, things with batteries in them. The technicians can carry that kind of stuff, and the shockers certainly can. Several reasons you can go and play. So, okay. Steel-toe boots. In my experience, the steel-toe boots are actually better than the combat boots in general, and I'll prefer them almost over anything else because once they fit and they're comfy, they have good armor, they have good acid protection, I mean, good environmental protection. There's always going to be specialist gear that surpasses them in specific areas, but okay. Loot in the place, but the baseball hammer. I would probably actually give him the baseball helmet had I not already given him a dirty army helmet that was damaged. Because it has better coverage and I don't have the skill to repair his helmet and, yeah. So, as you can see, it takes me a long time to do basic moving. It's like every step I take is over rubble. A 600 move, 500 move. I'm withdrawing from alcohol, my focus is low, I'm in damage speed, 600 movement points to go sometimes. It's ridiculous. I am literally hobbling along, if not crawling. So maybe they could make something where a crutch will help you move faster or something. I don't know. It'd be nice. That would be nice. Maybe like a slow starting trait. Just something that, haha, kind of thing. Maybe you can make like a cane that negates that, or I don't know. It's getting a little gamey though. So this haul was not bad. Apparently it was the local baseball team, decided they'd be safe in there. Not very safe in there, huh? It'd be nice if we could see more living people or something, or, yeah, whatever. Okay, what am I doing here? We're driving off to see where else this goes. That is a parking lot. There are a few buildings outside of towns, but near enough to towns that upon them. It's a mega mart. You know, I actually think I made a mental note to come back and see how bad the hordes were, because they didn't look so bad. In fact, I think I almost got out to try to deal with them. But I am withdrawing, and that's going to be a big no. Yeah, I'm ultimately not okay with doing this without being a little better prepared. But as you can see, I got hungry pretty quick. I don't know if I'm degenerating. I don't know if I put the item down yet or not. Still, we're just going to do a little light explorations. There's a zombie grenadier, which I didn't immediately notice, and we noped right out of there. I could probably run him over with limited issues, but there's really no reason to test my luck at the moment. I'll just mark him down for later, and yes, later on I fully intend to come back and kill him and loot whatever is there. Grenadiers are a great source of man hacks. I don't think people always remember that they drop their stuff when they die. It's a good thing. Did you see that? There's a cacodemon here. So, I don't know if this is the same town or a different town, but there is a doom structure here. Now, I haven't come out and said it, I think, but the demons with the adjectives attached to them, the abhorrent and the scarred and the enslaved, they're all going to revive, and they're additionally stronger than the normal variant. So, left alone, they will revive just like a zombie would. And if there is a vial, an archvial around, they will revive these guys too. They can also revive the zombies. It turns out that it is indiscriminate over what it revives. And Necromancer will revive one of these adjective monsters too. But they change factions and they get revived. So the Necromancers and all that, they don't care what faction it is, they'll do it all. Same thing with the Masters. If it's their faction, they will do it. Or friendly, rather. And we can run this guy over, because running over a smoker is always a good idea in my book. I think at this point I still want to try to loot this stuff. That is a good idea. There is a boomer with a bloated zombie. Now, the huge boomer is making radiation. The bloated zombie is making the rest of that gas. So it is not as if that boomer is making all that gas. At the moment, this is still very tenable. We just want to run things over, and we hit the boomer. That is a win. It also looks like we have popped our trunk, but I haven't noticed yet. If you look at all the stuff scattered around, that is our trunk. That is specifically our food trunk, and here's where I realized that. Oh. I should probably stop and try to get that back, huh? Let's see what we can get. Molotov is going to be helpful. We have a sidearm. I'll just go to sleep, you dig? No, you're not going to go to sleep. Come on out and play. Here it is. I grabbed a hoo-hoo and I lit a fire. The smoker steps on the fire and I sit there enduring their smoke. But they die fairly quickly. He was already damaged for whatever reason. And now I have to deal with this too. Now I'm a little poisoned, a little withdrawing, and a little crippled. The trifecta of death, let me tell you. And that smoker had some glass on him. Why? Who knows? There's a police hub up here. We will not be going in there, at least at the moment. That is definitely not a place you go if you don't bring your A game. There are robots in there, and you need explosives or at least some kind of electronic thing. Don't walk in there willy-nilly because there are a bunch of dogs and a bunch of other things coming to get you. So we picked up most of our food, if I'm not mistaken. No, not yet. That's what we're doing now, because this now becomes something of a travesty. Run over that guy, and we get him to do that guy, and hopefully he can kill the Shrieker too, because the Shrieker just called all the friends in, if they weren't already coming. Now, if I didn't have my friend with me, I probably wouldn't be so brazen about this, but like I said, I gave him some decent armor, I gave him a wooden axe. He's doing a fair enough job. We're not going anywhere especially dangerous, but we have a problem now. We need that food, or at least I'm telling myself we need that food. So we're going to pick it up. I'm going to rely upon him to keep me safe while I do this. If I thought he could do it, I would let him, but yeah, I just isn't sophisticated enough for that. So, you know. But, yeah. He's doing his job defending me while I pick up this stuff. And I'm trying to support him when possible with my spear. Just because I'm crippled and withdrawing doesn't mean I can't be of any help to him. It's just I'm having a harder time of it. I'm hallucinating right now, too. So, not a helpful situation. Worst is if you're trying to move and you have to waste a turn attacking a hallucination. Not a very big fan of that, but yeah, no. Probably shouldn't be doing silly things when you're hallucinating. This could qualify as silly depending on your point of view, but I wanted to get that paramedic ambulance. There's some goodie inside those ambulances. Oh yes. Again, I used the saline eye drops, I'm sorry. Just pick it all up. Now, I did give my buddy some aspirin and some bandages. He'll use them whenever he wants to. I'm under the impression that people underuse aspirin. Aspirin isn't a super strong thing, but it's very light, very easy to find, and it does reduce pain. And as you know, pain has thresholds. When you cross a threshold, you feel more penalty for your pain. So taking aspirin to get your pain to 0 so that your intelligence goes up, is fine. Taking an aspirin to reduce your pain because it doesn't really give you that much painkiller effect, the stuff that makes you die if you take too much of it, that's fine to me too. Anywho, as you can see, we are just working down all these zombies. We may as well try to loot what we can while we can as well. But as you can see, we're starting to get surrounded. This is becoming less and less of a good idea. Not that it was ever a great idea. I think I call it quits here. We did good. We have our protector. And we did get a few batteries and things out of this deal, so it's not a complete wash. Make sure we pick up all the stuff on the ground in front of us, on the side of us, and all around us. And we want that steel frame. Steel frames are hard to get, quote unquote, with bare fingers, but the heavy duty roof and its armor plating, yeah, until I get myself really settled, I'm gonna go for them. We want the totems and we want the ammo. That's for sure. But I think I left it. Did I? Yeah, did I leave the... I left the 9mm ammo. Uh-oh. Oh well. Let's go take a look at this police hub. Now you can see there's some more cop zombies spawning in the area for one. That's intentional. That's expected. And there's no robots out here. There's a couple of cyborgs, but they seem to be in the building if you look. I didn't really give you a good look, did I? But yeah, there they are right there. There's the little @ symbol, the dark gray ones. There's two of them. As you can see, there's not much happening inside. I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse or what it is that they're not, but what it is. Okay. I'm actually fairly happy with the police hub. I'm sure it could use some tweaking, but at the moment it's a suitable thing. As you can see, there are some advanced dogs spawned out here. The Hellhound is a smoker dog, which is mean, and the hunting dog is a boomer dog that'll explode on death. And it's just bigger, meaner dogs. I would not mess with the Hellhound unless you had to later on in the game or something. But a whole pack of these dang things spawned, didn't they? You're best off just leaving them alone if you can help it. Here is a survival evac center. I do believe I cut it off again while I siphon out these vehicles. The dogs keep following the sheep, so that's not my problem. The sheep can jump though, so it might be okay. Who knows? I don't. I use the time to raid everything. And here we're cutting back in here. I'm going to check out the area, and like I want to do, I'm going to do the first mission for them since it's so easy, and I even have a friend to help me. Very good. Now, I'm going to trade with my good friend Arson with the freaky ears. He's got a Molotov, he's got some firecrackers. Nothing else I really want. Let's talk to our good friend Merchant. Merchant, good friend here. He's got the filter mask. I know I want that. I want the ammo. I know I want that. I take the match head bombs. It's free. Probably shouldn't be free, guys, by the way. I don't know if I take the Beretta. It is a really pricey thing for something that doesn't even have a clip, but I want it. The parasitic drug, all over that. The rifle scope, I'm going to take that. I think I go for the iron sights as well, but don't quote me on that. The grappling hook is good. The diazepam, and the antifungal drug. We are up to date. He had a lot of decent things that are situationally useful. The rifle scope will be useful later. The filter mask is nice to have since I don't already have one. Now what do we give him in return? We give him that RPG we found. We give him that cheap old shotgun. We give him a couple of nice cash cards. We give him a hacksaw. But as you can see, he seems to be full up on stuff. This silly guy forgot that he wears jackets and that keeps them in his inventory. So we will actually lift that off of him so that he has the space. Guys, I swear. I didn't take the crossbow. I guess I could have went for it. It is rather pricey for a crossbow, 1500. Money's not a huge deal in this game, but you do need to have the money to do anything, and I mean, you don't have a lot of chances to get money. Yep. So now we're just going to do a little bit of inventory management while I put on my new gear. The filter mask is my preferred method of environmental protection, so yeah, we want to put everything away. Utility vest is fine. We don't have any 22, and we don't have any 9mm. Well, that's not going to stop me from stocking up on them now. I do have 3 Molotovs. That is a lot of Molotov. The firecrackers are useful for making noise at night. It's kind of like the scrap chimes, except it'll make more noise, actually. Very helpful. So yes, like I said, I'm just dropping off all my extra goodies. Inventory management certainly helps, especially because I don't want all this stuff on me. I did unload the Defender with the intent of selling it. I think I'm going to reload the AR-15 at some point. And I try to give him my goodies, but he does not have the space, and I'm really not interested in doing that nonsense. The poor guy. His misbegotten inventory. Yeah. Pretty serious business. So I don't really care about these items, so I'm going to actually donate them. Did I accept the quest yet? What am I doing? I know I'm checking for books. And I do need to sleep. There's no zombies in the back room either. It's important to check. Nothing is better than going to do this simple quest in the back bay, coming back and find the place swarming with Zeds. So, you know, we're going to see what we can get from him. I wish he would tell me what he's skilled in beforehand. Because sometimes they have junk. And sometimes you can like read a book and get skilled, and then you can use him for more skill. It's just suboptimal stuff. Now, I do have a small problem in that I have no strength. And none of these NPCs are going to help me. How do I get in if I'm not strong enough to open up the door? Luckily, there's a zombie on the other side, as you can see. And so we can smash down this, and we can wait for it to get in. Ooh, there too. I have my two good friends. We kind of want to get out of the way of that. Right there, you saw all those shells hit the ground. I don't know about NPCs shooting at NPCs, but I wouldn't put it past the NPC to crack the head of my bodyguard here. Just to shoot at these zombies. Now, he did my job for me. I don't know if I found his corpse. I don't have to. The game tells me that I need to go back, so we're going to pick up his cases. And then I do believe I am looking for goodies. Nope. Okay. I did think I found a better defender, a better conditioned defender, which I think I swapped out for, or I will. Anyway, I killed it. How about you teach me something? Teaching is much more valuable than anything you can do me. I think we're gonna go for shotguns off the list here. Electronics is okay. Bartering is easy enough to do. Shotguns is gonna allow me to hit better with the shotgun, which I do have ammo for, so it's not insignificant. It also lets me make the very shotgun goodies, which, well, I don't really plan to do anything. The ammo belts, I don't plan to, but yeah. Now, one of my favorite tactics is drinking a boatload and then going to sleep. You'll vomit in your sleep maybe, but you'll actually gain water net. It's just really unhealthy for you. And here we are, two very tired survivors sleeping in the evac center, just like we were meant to, according to lore. It's so cute and sweet, and I forgot to cut some of it off. I do think this is the end of the video, however. This episode, I picked up a bodyguard, we found a second city, we got more gas, we showed off some ramming mechanics, I lost my frame, which is something you have to watch out for. If it's grayed out when you get it, it's not going to last much longer. Silly me. And our next step is to get these legs to heal. If I can find a hospital, that'd be nice. And, well, hospitals with a damaged leg, not going to be a good thing. But, if I could also get myself a welder, we could begin to start making a super vehicle of sorts. That'll be fun to show off. Anywho, guys, I do